Hello, everyone in TV land. We're Astari Nite, and we're an alternative rock band based out of Miami. Personally speaking, I think it was the older brothers that I had. They would watch cartoons, and I think that the Smurfs little jingle totally got me. And then after that, as years progressed, I totally got into Prince. Maybe prior to that, Michael Jackson, and the Bengals and the Go Go's and like all these '80s fucking rad girl bands because women rule the fucking world.
Hell yeah.
Ilya, may I ask you, what bands did you like when you were a kid?
Oh my goodness. Well, that kind of started off for me. My father used to listen to a lot of music. There was always music playing in my house back in, vinyl. Um, but I have to admit, the first time it registered was my father bought a drum set home, and he played Dave Brubeck Take Five. And I'm not sure if a lot of people might know who or what that is.
What is
Um,
that?
that is
Sing me a little track of
It
that.
goes da dum ba dum ba dum ba dum da 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 da. And it was a jazz, and I kind of I learned it on the spot. I learned the drum solo and met him, fell in love with this guy right here and my homie right there, and now we're here.
So this one time I was at a house party in Miami, and Ilya walked in to the party, and I was there. I thought I was playing like some video games.
Yeah,
So Ilya strolls on in,
yeah,
and he looks at me and he's like, "Hey, when are we gonna start a band?"
100%.
And then he went into the other room.
I was
And then,
playing with another band.
yeah,
Right.
you were totally playing with another band. And then I remember you elegantly walked into the other room. And then I think like the next like 2 months after that, I contacted you. I was
Correct.
like, hey,
And we wrote our first song.
you want to start a rock and roll band with me?
Yep.
I can't promise you that we'll find any cool people, but maybe eventually we will.
And for you?
Well,
We'll hold it for you like this.
oh, okay. Well, at first they wouldn't let me in the band until I sold them a bicycle. So there was that, as I like to say.
Yeah. So this man was like recording us. This man was like recording a EP of ours because he was in a band called Fashionista that was so fucking rad.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Hey, can I record you guys?" I was like, "Yeah, totally." But he had this bicycle, and
Yeah.
And I wanted to sell it to them so I could get into the band, but they're like, "Well, we'll take the bike, but you could stay by yourself." And things happen, but we're together. And but to answer your question, um, I used to be really into again bicycles and BMX racing and that. And I used to read all the magazines, and they used to ask all the riders, "Hey, who do you listen to when you get ready to go out on a ride?" And they listed all this different music that was played on the radio, but they all mentioned this one record called Master of Puppets. And I was like, "What's that? What is that?" I was only like 12 years old. I'm like, "What is that? I gotta go out and get that if these guys." And then after that, it was heavy metal, rock and roll, all of it just trickled down the pipe. And I do what I do when I do it with these guys.
So rock and roll, right? I never trust a hippie, man.
Yeah, right.
I would definitely tell them to write with their heart. Don't listen to their parents. I would definitely tell them to write with their heart. Don't listen to their parents, and fucking write rock and roll music that means something to yourself, something that genuinely just captivates you. You know, whether it's your preschool fucking boyfriend or girlfriend or high school, boyfriend and girlfriend. Write something cool that creates those memories for you. And, don't write for anybody else, just write for yourself.
I would say stay in school. Don't, because this is a sickness and it engulfs you and it takes over your entire life. and you won't rest and you won't stop until you achieve your goal. And it can get in the way of some things.
Polly wants a cracker.
But
Maybe I should buy more food.
but if that's what you want to do, then more power to you. You know, as Lemmy would say, raise your flag and see who salutes it. You know, that's all you can do.
I think that it's a little bit of both, but I think it's kind of lame because a band like Astari Nite, we're from today's day and age where you have people that will prefabricate their plays and it just looks so lame. Whereas, you can dial into, let's say, something like Bandcamp and you could really see where a fucking musician is coming from. And you could also see where their fans are coming from. Whereas Spotify, it's kind of like very douchey, to be quite honest. It just seems like kind of like a pay to play, if you will. You have so many artists and so many labels that have these bands on their label, and they're like, oh, maybe if we do some super cool Nintendo shit and fucking boost their plays, it looks rad. It's not fucking rad, TV land. It's not rad. Be kind to one another and really fucking listen to a play. Listen to music. That's the way to go.
U2 Zoo TV Tour, 1992.
What about you?
I don't even know.
3-part story. One of the coolest concerts I've ever seen was Placebo in the 90s, and I was just getting out of high school then. And then going on tour with Solar Fake and Planet Zymox were 2 cool fucking concerts that I got to witness and be a part of for consecutive days and nights. Being on tour with them, I think that was rad. And yeah,
Yeah.
Solar Fake and Zymox, they did so much for us, allowing us to go on tour with them. And to me, watching them play, over and over again, for a couple of nights,